Good morning, Hank. It's Sunday, it's Newsday, and that means it's time to get on board the failboat with our intrepid captain, the dread pirate fireball Wilson Roberts. Hank, the failboat is of course the puppy-captained, questionably seaworthy vessel that we nerdfighters use to transport ourselves around the various islands of our archipelagic empire known as Nerdfighteria. And that we also use to sail around the world, learning about places currently experiencing worldsuck. Where to first, Skipper? Willie says, a Italia. Yes, Hank, first we're sailing the failboat off to Italy and then walking 8 miles inland to the Vatican, where there has lately been quite a lot of hullabaloo over a certain quasi-bishop named Richard Williamson. Hank, Richard Williamson is a crazy person who, until recently, was excommunicated from the Catholic Church on account of his being crazy. But then recently Pope Benedict lifted the excommunication so that they could possibly begin the process of rehabilitating this dude into the church so he could be a bishop again. And a lot of people are upset about this because Richard Williamson has repeatedly denied that the Holocaust involved the murder of 6 million Jews. Now, thanks to the public outcry, Williamson has agreed to reconsider the historical evidence of the Holocaust, which is like reconsidering the historic evidence that America had a president called Ronald Reagan. So my guess is that Richard Williamson wants to be a bishop, and so he's going to say, okay, there was a Holocaust, I'm sorry, and then maybe he's going to get rehabilitated. Which would be an error, because in addition to being a Holocaust denier, Richard Williamson also has a lot of crazy beliefs, like for instance that women should not be allowed to go to college. And perhaps most importantly, Richard Williamson believes that women should not be allowed to wear pants. Mr. Williamson, when you try to take away Our Lady's pants, we here in Nerdfighteria take that quite personally. Let me explain something to you, sir. The book title, Everything That Rises Must Converge in Your Pants, is funny. The book title, Everything That Rises Must Converge in the 19th century hoop skirt that was designed explicitly to limit your movements and thereby rob you of your power, is not funny. And Roger Williamson, you, bishop or no, will not take away my in your pants jokes. Next up on the failboat? Oh, Captain Fireball, do you have something you want to say to would-be Bishop Williamson? Oh my, you tiny white fluffy pirates sure do have dirty mouths. I wouldn't have used those words, but I do agree with the sentiment. Where to next, oh captain, my captain? Very well then, full speed ahead to Australia. In just because it's cold at your house doesn't mean global warming is a lie news, the deadliest wildfires in the history of Australia are currently raging in the south of the country. So Hank, for the last little while it has been really hot and really dry and really windy in Australia, like 117 degrees Fahrenheit hot. And these conditions have combined with what is in at least some cases apparent arson to create epically horrible wildfires. Hundreds of square miles of wilderness has burned, entire towns have been destroyed, and many people have lost their lives. Hank, you and I have many friends and fellow nerdfighters who, when they are not wintering in Nerdfighteria, live in southern Australia. I know that we're both concerned about them, and I hope that they know that our thoughts and prayers are with them. Hank, this is yourself, or possibly a me wearing a U costume in an attempt to cheer up Australian nerdfighters. For Captain Fireball Roberts and the whole crew of the failboat, this is Hank Green saying, best wishes! Why yes, I do also have a me disguise. By the way, thank you to the Nerdfighter who made this, but why did I get Kim Jong-il's haircut?